Hey, good morning, everyone. Anne Manera, live color along today, Wednesday, October 9th. How is everyone this morning? Scarlett says hey in the background. I don't know what's going on with my dogs today, but let's get them something. What is happening here? Come here. Give this to me. This is for you. Take it. Okay, so last day for Color Along Volume 12. Cannot even believe that we've gotten through 12 volumes of Color Along books and are on the eve or the week before Volume 13. So this morning we're coloring a page in the pop art style, and we're going to talk about some different artists that are pop art artists in the 20th century, mostly from the 1950s. And we're going to be using crayons this morning. So I've just got my old-fashioned 16-pack of acrylic crayons. You don't really need much. Pop art is all really about bold colors and a lot about primary colors. So that's what's happening this morning. We're also going to talk about some changes to some groups that I've got going on Facebook and some deletion of groups to make things a little bit easier for everyone to kind of figure out where to go and find all color alongs, and trying to make life simple lately rather than keep it complicated. Life's too complicated as it is. So, and we're going to talk about the Coloring Camp book, because Coloring Camp starts on October 20th. We're going to talk about Color Along Volume 13, which starts on October 14th, which is Monday. And we're also going to talk about my brand new book, the Coloring Handbook Volume 2. And we're going to take a look at the Coloring Handbook Volume 1 also. So I'll do a flip through of both of those books and talk about my 2020 calendar. So a lot of information today, a lot of stuff is going on. I want to make sure that I don't really want to sound like a broken record, like I'm repeating myself. However, I know that a lot of people are joining today that may not have joined the other day, and so on and so on. So I want to make sure that everyone gets all of the information and I don't miss anybody. So let's start off with saying good morning to everyone. That's the first thing we need to do. Good morning from Delaware, Mamie is saying. Hey, Mamie, are you on? Oh, it makes me think of Washington crossing the Delaware. I don't really know why that's making me think of that, but kind of funny. Alice is saying, good morning, Alice. I get Volume 2 on Thursday. Alice is saying, thank you so much. Hey, you know what? Let me just say at the outset here, my Coloring Handbook Volume 2 is a #1 new release in arts, photography, and study teaching category or something. It doesn't stay in the new release as a new release for very long, but it would never be a new release if no one ever bought the book. So, and it depends on how many. I don't know how many books need to be sold to get to that point, or how many people need to put it in their shopping cart. But a big thank you to everyone for purchasing the Coloring Handbook Volume 2 so far, or even just looking at it on Amazon, or popping it into your shopping cart, or even just putting it into your wish list. I think it all kind of helps. They say it doesn't, but I beg to differ. I kind of think it does. So thank you to everyone for everyone's support, and to anyone that has been coloring some tutorial pages and sharing them on groups. Connie Edwards did a really nice job on one of the creativity exercises. Carol Blaze took care of the Draw the Simple Flower tutorial, and she popped that on some groups over I think last night. Melody did one for watering glass. So if you're interested in doing a tutorial, I'll send you a tutorial from the book, and you can do that tutorial and get it posted on some coloring groups, because we don't want to go to Facebook hiatus anymore. So trying to stay out of trouble over the next couple of weeks, because I need to make sure that I can be on Facebook, I guess, right? All right, so good morning to Dawn. Hey, Dawn, how's it going? Good morning to Lynn Miller. Hey, Cheryl Waters. Melody's here with us this morning. Lisa's here with us this morning. Chris Castelli has joined us. Good morning to everyone. So, crazy weather happening in my neck of the woods. I don't know about you guys. We've got like a crazy storm coming up, and I don't know. I think it's making my dogs be a little weird. So Color Along, my Coloring Handbook Volume 2. Let's look at that first, okay? Because my Coloring Handbook Volume 2 will be here tomorrow. My book is getting delivered tomorrow. And once I get my actual color copy rather than my draft that I show all of you. I feel like I'm showing you like the dust in my house or something, right? Hey, Judy. Hey Pam, what's going on? So this book has a lot of information in it, action-packed. It's coloring techniques, tutorials, and creativity exercises. Remember when we did Restart Your Coloring Mojo? This is kind of like a spin-off of Restart Your Coloring Mojo, color-alongs, coloring camp. So this is kind of like I don't know, a compilation of a lot that happens with live videos and tutorials that happen in coloring books and so on and so on and so on. So this book, this edition, this volume 2, has tutorials for watercolor pencils, grayscale photograph coloring, tea-stained pages, gemstones. We talk about the light source in this book. We talk about paper tooth. We go over colored pencil basics and terms. There's a tutorial about how to transfer a coloring page to another surface, which is kind of fun. We talk about the white pencil, a tutorial about white pencil, the color wheel with some color theory. There's a page, a tutorial about doodling patterns and drawing simple flowers, which if you take a look at the Just Color Coloring group, you'll see where Carol Blaze actually did one of those tutorials. Looks really, really cool. Backgrounds, and then there's creativity articles and exercises in this book, which I think are a lot of fun. Connie Edwards posted a page that she did from one of the creativity exercises, and she really, and Mary Ann did too. Mary Ann Manders also did. There's Glossary of Terms is a resource for art supplies, and then there are 24 coloring pages in this book also. So here's a table of contents. Once you purchase the book, then you'll be able to get the code, which is hidden right now, but you'll be able to get the code to go to my website and download extra worksheets for free. So there's a code in the book. When you buy the book, you'll get the code. So that's like the sneak peek thing. Color wheel, of course, the book's in color. Color wheel worksheet. Coloring supplies, list of coloring supplies. The meaning of colors is also in here, which I didn't talk about the other day because I had this as my question mark page. But this is a page that's in there, and this is my color version of it. It kind of talks about what the meaning of each color is. You gravitate towards the color purple. Using the color purple means powerful or luxurious, for example. So each color has a different meaning. Colored pencil basics and terms is in this book. And then it has some techniques, exercises for colored pencils, because colored pencils to me are kind of like the basics. You need to know how to blend colored pencils, and then you can take it a step further and you can use any medium you choose. Doodling patterns is in this book. We've got a doodling worksheet. This has a tutorial about grayscale photo coloring, with the photograph as a worksheet. Gemstones has made an appearance in this book with a gemstone worksheet. I don't know what's happening outside my window today, but it's been a crazy morning. Let's just put it that way. How to draw a simple flower. Here's a worksheet for that. And then you can practice drawing more flowers. Paper tooth talks about paper tooth. A lot of information about that, because a lot of questions about paper tooth, right? We talk about the light source a lot. Where does the light come from? Where do you imagine the light coming from? So hopefully this light source page will answer a lot of questions about that. Watercolor pencils tutorial with a worksheet, and then blending with a white colored pencil. And I asked a lot of people, what do you want to see in this book? So thanks to everyone who contributed and put in their 2 cents about what they wanted to see in this book. Tea stained background pages where you stain a piece of paper with tea, or you can even use coffee if you wanted to. Transferring a coloring page. Come here, Scarlett. You can come over here and talk to me. I've got you a chair today. Come here. Scarlett now has a chair next to me. Come here, Scarlett. Come on, up. Go ahead. All right. So Scarlett now has a chair at my desk because I think she just thinks that she belongs with the people. Right, Scarlett? Okay. Watering glass with colored pencils. I'm just laughing all by myself. Watering glass with colored pencils. And then here's the worksheet. What do you think about this, Scarlett? Doesn't it look nice? Backgrounds. Digital coloring. We talk about digital. Come here, Paisley. Digital coloring in this book, because there's a lot of controversy about digital coloring, right? So we want to kind of get that cleared up. Living a creative life. Here are some creativity articles about perfectionism, self-doubt, overcoming creative self-doubt. You know, everybody has creative self-doubt. I have it right now as I'm doing this live video, thinking that my dogs are nuts in the background with the clickety-clack because they decided that they're wrestling. So I don't know. we'll just leave it at that. There's some creativity exercises in this book. Here's another one. Melody says, I'm doing the flowers one today. Awesome. Can't wait to see it. Limited color palette exercise. Here's an imagination workout exercise. Resources, glossary of terms. And then it just goes on. I mean, there's pages of notes, and then there's coloring pages. So, whew. Okay, I'm tired. Let's sit down. I've done enough for today now. We can just go take a nap. So that's the Coloring Handbook, Volume 2. Totally different information than Volume 1. You don't have to complete Volume 1, and you don't have to have Volume 1 before Volume 2. You could easily purchase Volume 2 before you purchased Volume 1. But Volume 1, I mean, look, this is kind of the color version of the book. I'll have another copy of this, actually, that I can flip through. Again, this is kind of my draft. If we could see her, we would laugh with you. She got up, Alice. You know, it's so funny because it's kind of like this leather chair, and she just kind of sits there. It's funny, actually. One day, a couple of weeks ago, actually, I was sitting at the kitchen table by myself, just kind of, I think I was eating yogurt or something. And I can tell you guys this because you'll think it's funny. And she was sitting next to me, and she was kind of barking and crying and, you know, begging for food as dogs do. And I said, you know what, why don't you just sit next to me at the table? And she sat up in the chair, and she sat at the table. And you know what? She didn't even try to get anything. She was like, well, this is way better than having you sit on the floor. So I think that she thinks that she deserves a seat at the table. Do you ever see that picture for, Alice, do you ever see that picture for Thanksgiving where that guy has like Thanksgiving in the woods, and he has like a chicken and a deer and a horse or something? Hey, Alexandria. Happy hump day to you too, Alexandria. Why do they call it hump day? Is it because it's in the middle? I've always wondered that. The middle of the week? Anyway. All right, let's jump into this page, and then we'll take a look at the camp book and the calendar, because the calendar is free to anyone that has a membership with me. So that's cool. So if you haven't claimed your free calendar yet, then make sure you get in touch with me, and we'll get you a coupon code so you can get that free calendar. So we're coloring this page today in the pop art style. P-O-P, not PARP, not pop. It's pop. P-O-P, pop art. And pop art started in the 1950s, and it really was based on, or is based on, simple, bold images. And a lot of it has to do with everyday items. And the most well-known pop artist is Andy Warhol for his Campbell soup cans. I bet many of you are familiar with those. And a lot of it had to do with creating pictures that were of celebrities or labels of products and commercialism. It really represented what the artist believed were the kind of like the I don't want to say the sign of the times, but the pressing issues of the day. Let's put it that way. And a lot of bold colors were used. A lot of primary colors were used. There was just a lot. It was very commercialized. A lot of graphic design was. Graphic designers were involved with pop art. Totally not a fine art skill when it comes to like painting, but it definitely I think is still relevant today. Because it really is very commercialized. And if you take a look at packaging in the supermarket or packaging on products that you purchase anywhere really, a lot of the colors and even in the coloring handbook, when we talk about the meaning of colors on that information page about the meaning of colors, a lot of different colors mean certain things, and then they're applied to different packaging on products that we purchase. So we have the kind of the pop art movement to kind of thank for that. Thank for all of what we see and how we respond to things. So a lot of there was some pop art that kind of had like the word like pow in big like letters, or kaboom, you know, like that type of thing. Or it was all about everyday items. So you can just kind of Google pop art and take a look about and learn more about it. It's a very interesting art movement. A lot of people think it's kind of like, and one of the other artists that's down here in present day that would be considered a pop artist also would be Romero Britto. And if you kind of Google him and take a look at him, Britto, and he is a very commercialized artist. His art actually looks like it could easily be a coloring book or a coloring page. or it looks like someone colored it, but it's just amazing. The colors that are used, a lot of bright colors, a lot of solid colors. So it's not really like anything about blending or shading or anything. It's just blatant, bold, solid filled areas of color. So, hey, thanks for sharing this, you guys. So I'm just coloring the background of my Fearless page. This is from my book, Positive Words, with the color red. And I'm not sure what I'm going to do, what I'll do with my letters, but I'm using just basic, everyday, common Crayola crayons. And I'm kind of using a medium pressure, I guess. I'm not using too hard of a pressure. I'm sure my crayon may kind of soften under the lights here. Probably break. I feel like Hercules. I have to pivot. Lynn is saying, I love Brito. Could not afford a piece of his art, but I bought his book. Yeah, he's amazing. You know what? He's one of those artists, and I'm not saying this to be insulting or in any way, but he is one of those artists that a lot of people look at their artwork and say, I could do that. My kid could do that. Don't you think, Lynn? And what ends up happening is that, there's a lot that goes into the concept of what he's creating, or artists like him are creating, or there's a lot that goes into the layout or the composition or the choice of colors that he's using together or why he's using them. I don't know. There's a lot that happens beyond. Sometimes there's actually some thought that goes into what the artist is creating. I just recently, let's see who this is. We don't know who this is. Okay. We're going to ignore the phone call. I just recently was working on something for someone, and I had this whole story behind what I was doing with it and why I was designing it the way I was. And they kind of just looked at me and said, no one's going to know that, but I know that. So maybe the artist may not. It doesn't make a difference if the viewer knows exactly what the concept was or what the reason was behind the whole piece of artwork. But it does make a difference when I think you can see it. Does this make sense to anybody? I think you can see it in the final result. You may not see the actual thought process, or you may not see maybe exactly what the artist was thinking in the end result, in the final piece, but the final piece is reflective of some thought was put into it. What do you think, Lynn? He's doing 3D sculptures now. Yeah, he's taking his art and kind of taking it to a new level, right? I think that as illustrators, we get, some of us get a little, I'm going to use orange now, my friend. You know why? Because it's pointy and I can get in the small areas. It's my only reason for using it. I think that sometimes as illustrators, when we see stuff like that, like Brito's artwork on Amazon and on different products, you get a little frustrated. You're like, why can't my stuff be on that? So there is kind of that, I don't want to say jealousy, but it's hard to get your stuff licensed. It's hard to get your artwork licensed. So I'm sure he's not doing print on demand or doing it all by himself. That's for sure. All right, let's pop in some green next to this purple. Why not? So nice bold colors. I could easily go over all of the black lines on this too, maybe with a marker when I'm done with this, and then it'll really make it pop, right? Make it kind of really pop out after that. I'm gonna get this red right in here. So what other artists, pop artists? Let's see. Roy Lichtenstein. Is everyone familiar with him? He has kind of like the faces of people, like cartooning type thing. Lynn says, I like to know the history of paintings. Yeah, the history of paintings is kind of I think that it's divided into two. I think there's the history of paintings, and then I think that there's the concept. And I think that sometimes we hear about the history of the paintings, or maybe we talk about the history of paintings and talk about different art, different paintings or art throughout history, and kind of learn a little bit about the settings or what the artist was doing at that time, or maybe what they were studying at that time. But sometimes we don't get to hear about the concept or what happened, why that artist created what they did, unless you are actually speaking to the artists themselves. You know, there's a sculpture at a local college near me, and sometimes I look at it and I think to myself, well, what does it even mean? And I just think to myself that when people see that, they're looking at it's just like this metal sculpture. And I just think that they're looking at it as a metal structure. I'm going to use the word structure for lack of a better word. And I don't really think that they understand, like, what made that artist create that? What's that sculpture based on? It's a very abstract style sculpture. So I think that's kind of interesting. And it's just unfortunate that people are just seeing it as just kind of a structure, but they're not seeing the backstory. So maybe things should come with a backstory. Or maybe you don't want to know the backstory. I don't know. Sometimes it's best to not know. Ignorance is bliss. Wouldn't you say, Lynn? I think it's interesting. I think that I'm going to try some different types of things as we ring in 2020. I think I'm going to start doing maybe some art history style webinars and some online drawing classes. So I think that would be kind of fun. I have a background in art history, so I think we'll kind of do like a virtual walk through a museum. So this one is kind of just a red violet color, and I'm going to add some yellow next to red violet. And then for this one, I think I'm going to add some purple to this side. You know, I've got to actually turn down my heat. I'm going to hold on one second. Something's going a little nuts. Very interesting. Anne Belly is saying, I kind of never looked at it that way when I see odd abstract art. Yeah, what? Like, why did it happen? Like, okay, hang on one second. Like, why did you... Here you go, Scarlett. Like, you wonder, like, what were they trying to create? Like, I was looking at this Facebook page last night, actually. Bob's Toothpick City Art. Has anyone ever followed this guy? He has all of these... He builds, like, buildings out of toothpicks. I think it's called Toothpick City Art. Anyway, unless it's something that is easily identifiable, right? Unless it's something that you can actually say, oh yes, that's a gingerbread house, right? Or, oh yes, that is I don't know, that's a sculpture of a church, or, you know, that's a sculpture of a dog, then we kind of know. Kincaid has put Lynn is telling us Kincaid put a lot of secrets in his painting. A boat named after his daughter, Clint Eastwood on a street. Interesting, I didn't know that. I don't really follow much of Kincaid. All right, let's see what other color here. I've got to add some more blue, I think. Very interesting. Yeah, you don't know what is put in there. I mean, look at even Dawn Boyer, for example. I don't know if Dawn's watching this morning, but Dawn Boyer's coloring book, she hides little hearts on her coloring pages. I don't have anything like that happening. Maybe I should start being a little deeper than I am. I don't know. I thought I was deep enough, but I don't know about that. I don't have like a hidden meaning. My only hidden meaning, I guess, would be that a lot of pages or a lot of books are animal related, dog related, you know. But I don't know if there's anything that's as deep as hiding something. That would be kind of cool if I started hiding things like Clint Eastwood. Why Clint Eastwood on the street? Was he like friends with him or something? That's kind of funny. And I think that Dawn Boyer actually even has someone, a person that she drew in a coloring book that she drew in the likeness of a colorist in a group. I think she did that. I wish Dawn was here today. I don't know. I have a color along for Dawn on Friday, actually, from one of her newly released books. She has 4 books that are coming out. All right, I've got to help Scarlett. Apparently, she doesn't like the chair that I gave her, so let me help her with something else. Hang on, you guys. Come on, you guys. Come on. Okay, when the dog is gonna go, the dog is gonna go, right? Hey, Gene Mellinger, how are you, my friend? The street was the town Eastwood was mayor of in California. Oh, I didn't know that he was, that's right, he was a mayor, wasn't he? Do this barn part with some orange, you know? Orange. So this is the last day of volume 12. Can you believe it? And then volume 13. I keep saying 14. I was actually thinking last night about what pages to put in volume 14. I don't know why I was thinking that, but I was like, what the heck? Slow yourself down, man. Stop thinking that far ahead. All right, so this is volume 13 will begin on Monday. We're going to meet every Monday and Thursday at 10 a.m. from October 14th until January 2nd. We're ringing in the new year with volume 13. And we will not have any color alongs on the week of coloring camp because you can't be 2 places at once, right? So coloring camp will be on October 20th. If you have not received your book yet, you need to, if you have not ordered your book yet, I would suggest ordering it soon, so you have that in time. Judy, your book, actually, now that I see your name here, your book is scheduled to be delivered tomorrow. So if you are a Colorist Academy member, that book is part of your membership. Both books are part of your membership. All right, so there's my orange in honor of Alexandria, orange. And then around the corner, around the outside, I'm gonna go with blue. This is it's called blue, just blue. I'm gonna do a heavier pressure on the outside here, so it's really kind of heavy. Of course, my crayon is about to break. It's tough to stay in the lines with crayon, isn't it? Because the tip is never really sharp. You could always kind of sharpen it with a blade or an X-Acto knife. See, broken. Always get calls when there's a color along. I'm back. Yeah, me too, Alice. I just ignore them. Crazy, isn't it? Doesn't the world know that between 10 and 11 on color along days that phone calls should just not happen? Right, Paisley? Come here, Paisley. Come here. How dare they call us, right, Alice? I don't know. They shouldn't be calling us. Okay. Now, you could easily blend this with oil if you wanted to. Oil does a great job with crayon. Or now I'm actually going to add a little bit of white to my purple, just to kind of blend it. It's like a colorless blender. So you can use crayons just like you use a colored pencil. Same method or technique. To kind of soften it up a little bit. So my 2020 calendar is out. It's on my website as a PDF only. There is not a print copy available of that calendar, but I'm going to show it to you as soon as I'm done with this purple. And if you are a member of the Colorist Academy or a Colorista member or a Let's Paint member, then you will get this calendar for free just by sending me a message, asking me for the coupon code, and I will get it out to you. So this is the 2020 coloring calendar. Here's a page that I had done draw by. I don't know if you guys remember that, but that was a fun page to do. So I just feel like that was a fitting page to kind of put on the cover. It looks like the dog is just kind of looking into the future, you know, as we look forward onto 2020. Lynn, have you really finished this whole calendar already? You already colored the whole thing? This would make a great gift too. Print it out on cardstock, color it. I think it would look great. Here's January with the singing snowman. February, of course, has hearts because February is all about love. And then March is this grayscale page that we did the other day. Glowing candles for April. And then Scarlet's View makes an appearance on May. Cats and Kittens page for June. The Dangles book page from July. No, you're all set, Diana. You know why? Because I don't have the groups anymore. So as I'm flipping through this, let's talk about that. I had color along groups, right? We had a group for color along 10, color 11, color along 12, and then I was going to do one for color along 13. And people started saying to me, wait, I don't know where to go, can't find it. So from now on, the only Facebook presence that I have is this Facebook page that we're working on, we're viewing from today, and my coloring group, just coloring group. Other than that, if you are the only other way you would be in a different group is if you were a paid member. So the Colorista membership has a group, the Colorist Academy membership has a group, and the Let's Paint members have a group. But that's it, because we don't want to have to get too confused, right? So we don't. So I have to change that at the back of my books, Diana. I don't even know if it's worth going back in and changing that. Hey, Marianne. Thanks for stopping by. So if you have not gotten this free calendar as a member, then please make sure you send me a message. I'll get you the code. Lynn finished it. Awesome, Lynn. I would love to see all the finished pages. That would make a cool video. Can we make a video out of it, Lynn? I think it would be cool. All right, let me move my crayons out of the way, and let's take a look at Color Along Volume 13 now that Diana's putting a bug in my ear. So Color Along Volume 13 begins on Monday, October 14th, and I'm going to say it again because I am a broken record. This is the best Color Along book yet. The best one. Yeah, Coloring Camp has a group too, Alice. So those are like if it's a paid thing, then we have a companion Facebook group for it. But the Color Along books, all the videos will always just be on my Facebook page here, or there's links to it on my website also. So I think it just kind of makes it easier. So Color Along Volume 13 is jam-packed with a lot of different coloring tutorials. I think it's probably the best mix of tutorials that I've done so far. I don't know if anyone agrees or disagrees with this, but I really wanted to kind of give it a really great variety of tutorials throughout this whole thing. And this is the last book of the decade, so when you think about where was I when 2020 happened, oh, that's right, I was coloring from Color Along Volume 13. So I don't know, we have to I thought it would be kind of a fun way to kind of end the decade, end the year type thing. This book has chalk pastels, pointillism, textures, cubism, just a number 2 pencil, blend and shade, crayons and oil, Mondrian, warm colors, gel pens, oil pastels, monochromatic, bolding, Andy Warhol, that's a pop art one, just 5 colors, another pop art one, which is a little different, but interesting that we're going to do that with pumpkins, in December. Tie-dye, we've never done that before. Impressionism, Stained glass with those little snowmen right there singing. Tea stained pages, we've never done that before. Watercolors and doodling. So I'm excited about this book. I hope that it will be informative. I hope that we'll all learn something, right? But the pages, 8.5 by 11-inch book, and there's 2 copies of every page in this book, as there always are. And you know, there's one page in here. Oh, I thought that I missed one. I thought I missed one for a minute there, but I didn't. All right, Lynn, that would be great. So I think this is a fun book. Color Along Volume 13, we begin on October 14th. Coloring Camp, let's just take a moment to take a look at Coloring Camp once again. At Coloring Camp, we are meeting on October 20th. We are going to meet every day for 7 days, 10 a.m. and live coloring tutorial. I'll block out from 10 to 11:30. Some days we end at 11. Some days we end at 11:15. Depends what's happening. Each day we'll have a live color along in the topics that are here listed on the left. And each day we'll also have 2 giveaways each day. That part is amazing to me, that I put out a request and I put out a call to other artists and companies and said, hey, do you want to be part of Coloring Camp and be part of doing giveaways? And the response was unbelievable, overwhelming, really, really overwhelming, that so many people offered up something to give away at camp that I ended up with enough giveaways to have 2 per day. I threw in some of my own stuff too to make it so we have 2 every single day. But we have Speyer Farben watercolor paint is being given away. I'm giving away a custom name page. Dawn Boy is giving away any book of your choice. Just giving away a book. I'm giving away a 3-foot by 5-foot poster that you can color. Nola Hensel's giving away a copy of Agate Dewdrops. Scorpion pencils, Black Widow Scorpion pencils. They're giving away 3. Albert's giving away 3 sets of that on Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. That will happen. Jeanette Wummel is giving away a copy of Halloween Roots. Trish Foyle is giving away a self-defense keychain from a karate school that she owns. Xenia Zilli is giving away a coloring book, Grayscale Heaven. Right, Scarlett? Oh, Scarlett, you've lost your chair. Come here. Melody is creating a custom handmade journal for us, and she's giving that away. I'm giving away a copy of Easy Mandalas. Alice, this must be you calling me, right? Mary Whitworth is a paparazzi rep, and she's giving away a set of jewelry, and then we've got Scorpion pencils again. Judy says, when I received the Coloring Camp PDF, there were 127 pages. Did I? Oh, wait, hang on, Judy. I'm going to look. Hold on. Scarlett, come over here. Come here. 127 pages to print? Oh, maybe I sent you the other one, Judy. Come here. Maybe I sent you the one that has the 2 copies of every page. I might have. Are there 2 copies of every page, Judy? I don't know who that was either. You know, it's always, how about when your own number calls you? That really kills me. So, why don't you sit down, Judy? Okay, so, what else do we have to talk about? We finished volume 12. We're done. We are done with volume 12. What a great book this was. And we've been coloring from this book since like May. Everyone is extremely generous, aren't they, Melody? The giveaways are incredible. And you know, Speyer Farben actually offered to give away pencils too. And did I show you guys the paint? Let me see if I have them. Look at the paint. Let's look at this. This is cool. This is one of the... Oh, there's blank pages, Judy? You may have gotten the other copy. You want me to send you the other one, Judy? I'll send you the other one. All right, so this is the paint that is being... Not this specific one, but you'll get a brand new one. You won't get one that's used. This is what Speyer Farben is giving away. And this is watercolor paint with these little cakes. And when you get this set, actually, these are all in wrapped up like little bouillon cubes. And you open them up, and you put them in here, and you set them all up, and you can put them in any order you want. Yeah, you must have the other copy. I must have done that in a frenzy. Sorry about that, Judy. I'm just kind of making these so that they don't move. Much better. So they have all these little cakes, and this whole little thing actually comes out so that you can clean it. And it has this little tin. Plus the back of it has this little metal piece that sticks out, this little handle, so you can kind of hold it in your hand. But this goes in here, and then you can use this as your way to mix your paint. These are really, really nice. All right, Judy. Sorry about that, Judy. I don't know what I was thinking when I did that. It was a quick thing. So this is the paint that Speer Farben is giving away. A little set of watercolor paint. It has this little paperwork that goes with it. And see if I can get my hands to work. A little, you can create a little color chart for yourself, and here's a little color wheel. So, really, really nice. Speer Farben always has incredibly nice presentation and packaging. I always like that. I was actually looking at something online the other day, and I had to stop myself and say, do I want this product because I like the packaging, or do I want it because it really is something I need and will work? No, it doesn't have little brushes, Lynn, which I was surprised. Doesn't it look like it should have little brushes? But look at the painting that's on the front of it. The painting on the front of it is beautiful. And on the back, it does have little samples of all of the colors. But there are 12 colors in this set. So that's one of the things that's being given away. So that's going to be a lot of fun for coloring camp. Any questions that I can answer today about coloring camp, or Color Along Volume 13, or the coloring calendar, or the coloring handbook? What questions can I ask about any of these products that are happening? October's a busy month, right? Some people are doing Inktober. I'm not doing Inktober. Hey, Chris. So October is a very busy month. You can get the calendar on my website, or you can get the calendar on my Facebook page, so you can keep track of what's going on, keep track of everything that's happening. And I think that's about it. Does anyone have any other questions? Big shout out to everyone who has purchased the Coloring Handbook Volume 2 and has helped get that book to become a #1 new release. Unbelievable. I can't even believe it's a new release. It's a #1 new release. I think it should come with little brushes, don't you, Lynn? I agree with you. Okay, so we are back again on Friday for a live color along for Dawn Boyer. Let's see what we're coloring for Dawn Boyer. Oh, it's from this book. This is the book, the page we're coloring. There'll be a page posted today, I believe. I don't know if it's already up in the event page or it's going up this, later on today. But you'll be able to print this page. This is from Mystical, Magical, Mandalas, and Fun, Fantastic Florals, Volume 1. Dawn is humoring me, apparently, or laughing, as I get to say that live a million times. But there's little bugs around this page. There's flowers. So Mystical, Magical, Mandalas, and Fun, Fantastic Florals, Volume 1. And then next Friday will be Volume 2. And then she'll have 2 more going on in November. What else is happening today? Oh, check out Nola Hinsel's new book. One of her card books that just came out today. I need to pop a link in here. Because guess what? I entered her coloring contest and I won. I can't even believe it. I won her coloring contest, so the page that I colored is on the cover. I'm going to see if I can find that book. Let's see. Here it is. It's called The Classics, Cool Cards and Hot Rods, Coloring Book 3. And my page is on the cover. It's very exciting. She's got a few books coming out, 3 of them actually, and there were other people that won also for their books. But take a look at that. That is a really, really cool book. So it's only $8.95, which is an incredible price. So very cool. Especially if you're a car person. You know, especially if you're someone that loves classic cars or car shows. Which book, Dawn? Dawn is saying I have that book. Which one? The Mystical Magical, for the one for Dawn? Yeah, it's really pretty. I have the book already. I gotta actually get in touch with her today because the second book for next week, I'm worried that I'm not gonna have it in time. But anyway, okay. So we've got Color Along Volume 12. Putting that to bed. Goodbye. We're done with you. It was a great experience. Color Along Coloring Camp begins on October 20th. Just to wrap it up, we've got Color Along Volume 13 happening on October 14th. The PDF 2020 calendar is out on my website. They're $9.99 for the PDF copy. They're not available in a print copy. However, if you are a member of any of my memberships, you will get that for free. So give me a shout out and send me a message, and I will get you that copy of that code for that calendar. The Coloring Handbook Volume 1 is on Amazon again, like from a few months ago, and now I have the Coloring Handbook Volume 2. So go ahead and take a look at this. Each of these books are $21.99. I am going to have a bundle, I think. I think I'm going to bundle some like tutorial type books, but I'm just not sure what I will bundle. But take a look at this book. My copy will be here tomorrow, so I'll try to unbox it as soon as it arrives. I don't know what time it will arrive. And then I'll be back again on Friday for a Color Along with Dawn Boyer's book. Thanks for joining me today, everyone. Hope everyone has a great day. Stay dry today. It's crazy weather here in the Northeast. It's supposed to be really bad over the next couple of days. I don't know if I believe any of it. I'll believe it when I see it. Don't you think? That's right, Jean. You're a car person. Hey, have a great day, everyone. I'll see you soon.